welcome to a very special edition of the APL Network, which is the Antigua Parish League Network, and you're tuned in to Talking Sports. I am Marvelous M.R. Richards, your host, and today we will be promoting our young sportsmen in Antigua. In the studio with me are three of Antigua future stars. But before I introduce them to you, we've got to let you know that Talking Sport is made possible by ACB Caribbean. They have been in banking for over 64 years and also 43 years of sponsoring Parish League cricket here in Antigua. So we suggest for all your financial and banking needs, be sure to check them out. They are situated at the corner of Thames and the St. Mary Streets right here, and also there's the headquarters on High Street. ACB Caribbean, our platinum sponsor. Simply Smarter Banking. Also, Blue Mountain Water is known as the greatest tasting water and also the purest. And you can get that at mega distributors. They are situated on the American Road. Also, Cecil Charles Group of Companies through its pharmacy, Seco Pharmacy, for all your medical needs. And their experienced pharmacist is willing and able to assist all their customers. They're dedicated to the service on healthcare needs of all their customers. They are situated also on High Street. Also, Hutchison Limited, the agents for Pine Hill Juices. So we say whatever your fruity flavor preference, it's easy to sip and smile with a Pine Hill juice. And they are situated on the Factory Road. Also plumbing and electrical, everything plumbing and electrical. Everything that you can get at a good deal all at one stop. And they are situated on the Potter's Main Road. Also brands for less, as the name says for itself, brands for less. You get quality branded products for not much of a big price, and all you have to do is to check them out. They're situated on High Street, and just tell them we here at Talking Sports sent you, and I'm pretty sure they'll make a better deal for you. Remember, we are also coming to you at ACB Caribbean at Antigua Parish League, also on YouTube at Antigua Parish League, and also on Instagram at Antigua Parish League. We are also coming to you live on Channel 8 CTV, that is cable television right here in Antigua. And we are asking you to like and to share. Now, my in-studio guest here with me this afternoon, to my immediate left, is none other than Marco Michael of Brookhouse College in the UK. Also next to him is Kiari Anthony. And also next to Kiari is Connor Hadid. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Talking Sports.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Good. Now I want to start and ask a question, and anyone you can start by answering. What made you got into football? At what age did you saw yourself as a footballer?
I'll start. I started at quite a young age, following an older brother, just for fun, and just as I got older, just fell in love with the sport, and just as I got older, just got more serious and serious, and here I am, just shooting for the stars. Shooting for the stars, I like that. What about you, Kiari?
I started when I was 4. I joined the team. My dad got me into it. I was just playing for fun at the time, and now I enjoy playing, I have fun playing, and take it more seriously.
And Connor?
Yeah, well, for me, funny enough, I started quite late, around 10, 11. For me, it wasn't really something that was pushed on to me when I was young, even though my dad did play. But yeah, I started out late, but I fell in love with the game as soon as I touched the pitch, touched the ball, and ever since then I've just been going hard.
Fantastic. But I want to let you know, I mean, you said you started at 4. Mark also started at a very early age. You started at 10. But the reality of it, you really started when you were in the stomach of your mother, because that's when you started kicking, eh? And I believe you're going to do that until the end, when they say that you will kick the bucket. So you have been playing football from the cradle to the grave. Tell me, Marco, did you have I know success really starts at the home, and it's the support of family and friends, you know,
Definitely.
and you start in the home where you're interested in something and then your parents see that and support you. Did you get that kind of early support?
Definitely, 100%. You know, friends, families, people I don't know, like just pushing behind me, you know, telling me I can do it, I can make it, and you know, I just have to go for it. And the support really does like make your mentality like in a different place compared to with negative energy. Like it just support just changes a lot of your perspective.
And help you a lot. I can see that because I know practice, Kiari. I mean, the whole family was there just to see you practice.
Yeah.
What was it like for you too? You had a lot of support.
Well, when I first started playing, when I wanted to take it more seriously at first, it wasn't. It was like it seemed like kind of odd for everyone because they're all in, like, so they believe like if you get injured once and your career's over, you have nothing to back it up. So they all wanted like an actual job for me, like. But now the support's there. Yeah.
Right. And you, Connor?
Yeah, like Marco and Chiari, I was lucky enough to have, you know, friends and family supporting me throughout this journey and always pushing me. It's a real blessing to have people, you know, always supporting you and telling you that you're on the right path. So yeah.
And also tell me, now you are presently in Spain in the Academy for Leganés.
CD Leganes, yeah.
That's right,
So-
right. What was that experience like? Yeah.
It was crazy actually. The way it happened, it was almost like I was at another club from September till around December. Things weren't going too well. I wasn't able to play in the actual league because I didn't have my Spanish visa yet, and it's hard when you don't have an EU passport. And it was just very frustrating. And I was seen playing in a friendly in January, and it was crazy. They said, yeah, we'll give you a trial, and from February till the end of June, well, till the end of May, I was with the U19s, and they gave me a trial for preseason coming up in early August with the U23s. So it was a blessing, yeah.
You sound a bit modest there, really, right? But I think from that performance there, things got a little easier, it looks like.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Great. Marco, you at Brookhouse College in the UK. And you've been there just for how long?
Been there for 2 years, going on to my third.
Yeah. Okay, you're now 14 years old.
Correct.
Okay. And so 3 years ago, you would have been approaching your 12th birthday or 11th. 11, right? Now, you must have wanted football so badly for the age of 11 to jump on a British Airways, going to a place where you've never been before, onto a school. You must have really wanted football badly. That it was nothing for you to do that, right?
Yeah, of course. You know, my desire for the sport will always be in my heart, and it was a tough decision with the COVID getting extremely bad and you know, all the decision taken in for granted. So it was a tough decision, but I think we did make the right decision at the end of the day.
Fantastic, yes. And Kiari, you've been accepted for UK trials.
Yeah, in August.
What are you looking forward to with this trial, and how did it come about for you getting that trial in the UK?
Well, I joined Gen X back at the beginning of this year, and we'd been training every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and one of my coaches, they announced the trials, and my mom found out about it, and then she asked me if it's something that I would be interested in doing. We applied for it. I got accepted, and then they said we're doing a week up there. We're doing training for a week. We're doing strength and conditioning, like stuff like injury prevention. We're doing a lot in the gym, training on the field. So we're gonna do that for I think 4 or 5 days, and then the last day is when we do a trial with scouts and stuff there, Premier League scouts, and I'm excited for it. All of it.
Fantastic. Now, Marco, you also from Brookhouse, you participated in what was called the Mediterranean Cup. Tell us some of the countries who participated in that particular tournament.
Well, I believe there was 23 clubs around Europe, not clubs, countries around Europe. It was Belgium, the UK, there was Italy, there was a lot of them.
Just to name a few, yes. Go on, about 20.
Yeah,
Wow.
some from the same country as well.
Okay,
But there was
different schools.
definitely a lot of different schools, you know. It was a good competition, very good.
Right. And how many goals did you get? You don't be afraid to tell us how many goals you got in that tournament.
After the finals, I ended up on 10 goals.
Fantastic. And what was the competition like? Did you you weren't outpaced or outclassed or anything like that? What you thought of the other teams? Because I think Brookhouse ended up winning that particular tournament.
We did.
Right. What was the celebration like?
Well, it was quite emotional because we'd come all the way from the UK to Italy because one of our coaches, his passport didn't have enough days to make it, so we'd really dedicated it to him, to winning it for him. So
Fantastic.
after the final whistle, it went to a penalty shoot. After we won it, it was quite emotional for a lot of us to really bring it home.
Mm-hmm. Kiari, now you've been also accepted to Brookhouse College, which you will also attend perhaps a little later this year.
Yeah. Certainly.
Now you've got Marco. Marco, you can tell Kiari exactly what to expect. You can tell him what to expect, and then Kiari can perhaps tell us what was the feeling like to be accepted by this prestigious football college. So what should he expect?
Well, one thing to definitely expect is football standards, because it's very, very strict over there. You know, you can do good, do bad, but once it's necessary to be serious, it needs to be serious. But that's footballing standards. You would definitely get that out of the school.
Right, and then of course he'll have someone from Antigua up there along with him, so things will be a lot easier for him. But what was the feeling like when you got the news that you were accepted? Because of course I mean there's a lot of people from around the world who have applied to be at this college, and the waiting list is extremely long.
Yeah.
So what was the feeling like?
Well, at first, we weren't intending to do school up there. I was just doing the week-long camp to try improve, because I wasn't happy with how I was playing at the time. So we're gonna do the camp to try improve. And then the UK trials, the team, they were talking to my parents there, and we found out that the scouts there had already came down to Antigua earlier in there, and they offered me to join the school at the end of this year. I was really excited when I found out. I was smiling. I couldn't stop smiling when I announced it. But it also made me realize that I have to get a lot more serious now. It's gonna take a lot of commitment.
Well, we talked about, success always starts in the home, and then from the home to the school, where there is a strong sporting program, right? Now, Connor, you said that you went to Ireland Academy.
Yeah.
And you had also had the support, I suppose, of Dr. Matthew, who was very, very much into sport.
Yes, definitely.
Because I noticed he came along with the basketball team, and they came to YMCA. They started a little cricket team, and then they were trying to get the football team going. So what was sports like at Ireland Academy?
Well, like going back to the basketball team, I mean, we had no basketball team for a long time now, and then we started one up with Dr. Matthews, and then they came and won out twice. The championship like it was nothing. We were playing some great basketball. Like, I mean, it just shows that when someone, with power and big places is really dedicated to a goal and stuff like that, the people around them, you can really achieve something big. So yeah.
And at your school, was this Kiari, was the sporting program a good one?
Yeah, it was really good. We were always super competitive in the leagues we were playing in. We always placed pretty well. It was a good league. Yeah.
You all have house matches?
Pardon?
Did you all have house matches?
Yeah, we had inter-school leagues.
Inter-school
there
league,
was
yeah.
4 houses and we play against each other. Yeah. In all the different
Fantastic.
sports. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Marco? Your school? not at Brookhouse, before you went to Brookhouse, yeah.
Yeah, I played for North Coast while I was down here. Really good experience before I went up to England, you know, to prepare myself and prepare myself physically and mentally for the trip.
Fantastic, yeah. Now, I heard you mention North Coast, and I know, Connor, you're familiar with North Shore. No, there's a difference, North Shore, North Coast.
What team?
Yeah, they're different, isn't it?
No, I played for Generation Next.
Oh, your generation.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where I was playing when I grew up.
Oh, okay, fantastic. All right, now, Marco, 3 years you've been at Brookhouse College, and you got the award as the most valuable player, on the 14 for 2021, 22.
Yes.
What was that feeling like?
Oh, feeling was absolutely fantastic, you know, to put in the effort and the work throughout the whole year, and to win the award is just extremely great. You know, the feeling of the work finally paying off was really nice.
Good. Now, Connor, in Spain where you are, did you see any top players who visited your academy and gave sessions and stuff like that?
Like what? Like pro players?
Yes, right. Yeah.
No, we would see the senior team train. They train on a different. The academy trains on a different pitch to the seniors, but every so often we'd go and actually watch the senior team train and see these guys are on a different level. Yeah, the dedication that they have and the level that they possess, it's crazy. You know, and as an academy player, you know, with your friends, all you're doing is be like, yeah, I want to be there. I want to be on that pitch. And actually, I went to a few games, the senior games in the stadium. I actually do have a few pictures of that, but yeah, all the academy players get to go for free. They give us free tickets, and so it's amazing.
Now, were there any other Caribbean players in that academy, or
no? Not in my
most of the
team.
players are from?
They're from Madrid, Spain. Most of them live in Madrid, Spain. Yeah.
Oh, good.
So for me, it was very hard because my Spanish isn't that good. So there were about 1 or 2 players that were actually spoke English, and for the first 2 weeks, I was actually asking them for a lot of, you know, what does he mean by this? What do we have to do in this drill and stuff like that. But after 2 weeks, I was used to key words that the coaches were saying, the drills and stuff like that, and now I could understand everything, and my Spanish is a lot better. So that helped definitely.
But how does that system work? Like, you're in an academy. Do you have scouts that come around and look at the team, or the coach?
When we play on the weekends, because we play in the top division in the U19, so when we play, I'm sure we play the likes of Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Getafe, and like Leganes they play La Liga Smart Bank. So yeah, there's huge scouts looking in the games and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a really good level.
Okay. Now, you've heard about about this kind of setup. Is that something that you want, and has always been your dream?
Well, at first, because my parents were pushing to do like actual work, like working in an office, stuff like that, like actual normalized work.
Lawyer, doctor, engineer.
Yeah. So I kind of just did it as a hobby. It was really fun to me, and then when I spoke to them to make the transfer over to Gen X, was when we first started taking it even more seriously. Then they had kind of let me, that's when I started training 3 times a week. They had let me kind of just take it more seriously, and yeah, it was good.
Right. All right, so so you can taste it. You want it so much that you can taste it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. That's the first good part to it. The only person that can stop you is you yourself, right? If you want it that badly, be prepared to do everything that is necessary for you to get there. So at least you can say, I gave it my best,
Yeah.
you know? And I think that's all your parents want, just the best from you, you know? Marco, back at the ranch. And I know you want this badly, you know? And so tell me, who's your favorite team and the player? Someone that you'd want to, you know, be better than. I don't want you to be like Hazard and all these guys. I want you to be better. So who's the kind of player that you have the target on?
I mean, I feel like a lot of people aspire to be like Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, one of the greats of the game. But I do like to, as a boyhood club, just Chelsea, I do look up to likes of Mason Mount and like Didier Drogba and those type of players, you know, to aspire to be like them or even better than them, hopefully. So those are some players.
Why is it you said Cristiano Ronaldo? Well, what about him that kind of fascinates you?
Just his dedication and his hard work, that the amount of how committed he is to being the best, and it just really shows that if you put in all the work that is necessary to be done and all the work that's needed and everything, that you can really make it to the top.
Fantastic. He does have they say he's a machine, the way he trains, but just a little advice to you guys that the training is always harder than the game itself.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes you train for 9 months for 90 minutes, and it depends on the tournament that you're in. If you get knocked out, that's it. That's all the months of training, you know, and sacrifice go down the drain. So there's always this saying that if you fail to prepare, what?
Prepare to fail.
Prepare to fail. Exactly. Okay. What about you, Kiari? Who? I noticed you chose. You're a defender.
Yeah.
What is it about the defending that you like?
Well, I didn't start as a defender. I was always playing sort of a defensive mid kind of position, but every time I joined a new team, they kind of put me into defense. So I kind of started to just play with it because I guess it was like my strengths. But I enjoy defense. It's just when you're at the back and everyone's playing the game, it's kind of just you can see everything that's happening from back there. It's like you're analyzing the game. You can kind of see how the other players play. It's just cool to have that type of view of the game.
That is excellent, and the first thing is the eyes. The eyes, you know, the eyes is the one that zooms in into whatever it is. So you're absolutely correct with that. But what about your player? Do you have a defensive player that you like?
Not really, actually.
No. You want other players to look at Kiari, Anthony, and says, "Oh, I want to be like that defense guy, Kiari."
I mean, Van Dijk, I'd probably want to be better than him.
He's an excellent defender.
Yeah.
That is someone that any defender would want to emulate. He reads the game pretty well, and he's a tough one to crack. You know, he's a tough one to crack. What about you, Connor? Is any player that you like and team?
My favorite team is Bayern Munich, but the player that I really do aspire to be is just a better version of myself, whether it be in 5 years, 10 years. You know, I aspire to be me, you know, a better version, and then because it just gives me someone to keep chasing and keep, you know, pushing forward for.
Fantastic. But you know you're going to lose one. Your greatest striker, Oh, you have lost him already to what's the team?
Barcelona.
To Barcelona, yes.
Lewandowski,
yes.
yeah. No, he's amazing.
Yeah.
My favorite striker though, is Miroslav Klose. He's quite old. He's retired now. I don't know if you
Who's
know
that?
Miroslav Klose. He has the most goals in World Cup history.
yeah.
So yeah, he was my
German,
guy,
yeah.
the German goal scorer. Yeah. So he's my guy.
Yeah, he's pretty good in the air, and pretty good in the air, and
Fox in the box.
right, and there's some things that a coach can't teach, and
Exactly.
he's got to get to a particular position to be, to have that chance to score. Yeah. So, but tell me, Conor, how did you get hooked up to play for the under 19 team for Antigua in the recent tournament? Because I think that was one of our weaknesses, not able to have an idea of the players that we have outside of Antigua. So how did you get hooked up?
Well, I represented Antigua in the U15 and the U17 level.
Okay.
So I was they.
On the radar.
Oh yeah, exactly, under the radar. But yeah, so I did represent them at the two World Cup qualifying before. So I've known all the coaches, and all the coaches know me and stuff like that. So it wasn't as hard. But I mean, for the players, I think we brought in another guy called Kofi. He was from the UK. Who else? Was there one more? I mean, like John Morrow Calvin, he was playing in Jamaica. Like, there's a few other guys. I'm not really too sure, but yeah, for me it was, I represented them before, so it wasn't as difficult for them to know
Fantastic.
me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And did you see any improvement from the under 15, under 17 to the under 19?
Personally or as a team?
Well, as a team, yeah.
So for the U15s and the U17s, we went into the tournaments actually getting. In the U15s, we won all 3 games. We made it to the knockouts. We lost in the round of 16. The U17s, we won the first 2 games, lost in the final game to second place, who were tied on points. So then we got knocked out.
Who was in the second place?
It was Dominican Republic in the U17s, and so we were tied on points. Actually, no, we were tied on points, but we had a better goal difference, and we played them in the final game. And so all we needed was a win or a draw, and we ended up coming up short, I think 2-1 or so. And then in the U20s, due to my previous experiences, I've never really been with Antigua on kind of an underdog side in terms of like in the U20s, I guess we weren't as strong, I would say so, because a lot of the players that we had in those past tournaments weren't able to play because of COVID. So they were born in 2002, and that was the age cap, and because of COVID they couldn't have the tournament the year they were supposed to. It got postponed another year, so my age was the oldest for the U20s. So we lost a lot of key players, and a lot of the players I played with in this tournament that just happened, I had never even played with in my life. Only around 2-3 players that I've known from before, and it was just very difficult. We didn't really get a grasp of how to play with each other, maybe because we had so little time to prepare. I mean, well, me personally with the team, I was there for a month, I would say, and the people that they brought down, I felt it was just very difficult to really, know each other and play well. So yeah, we didn't do too well.
Well, I saw most of the games, and other persons who saw the games, well, they said that, and I noticed that we did pretty well when we had possession of the ball, but in the final third of the pitch,
We were lackluster.
we lost possession and just couldn't couldn't get opportunities to shoot. Did the coach address any of these kind of things?
I mean, of course, we had a plan. The player's job is to follow the coach's plan. We tried to the best of our ability, but it was just in these moments we couldn't finish our opportunities, and that's just what killed us at the end of the day, because we did have the opportunities and we just didn't take them like the rest of the teams did. It's just one of those.
But to meet some of those Central American teams, you know, I must say that, you know, some of these countries, you know, the poverty is a way out for them, you know, so they see football as something that they have to be good at, you know, in order for them to have a better life. And so did you see that in some of these Central American teams?
Yeah, definitely. I saw a lot of desire from them.
Desire, okay, right.
Yeah,
That's right.
they were eager to do something great. But if I'm honest, I feel like every single game we could have won.
Right.
I was surprised actually. Like you know, when you hear about all these Central American,
Right.
South American teams, you think of, well, you know, the greats. You know, like these guys. Football is their life. You know, and I feel like if done differently, we could have actually come out of that tournament with our heads up. I would say so.
I hear you. Yeah, because you see, on the 19 is the next level to the seniors.
Correct.
You know.
Yeah.
And when you hear of Ronaldo, Ronaldo 9,
R9. Yep.
Ronaldo 9, right? That's the Brazilian one, right? You know, he was player. He was a FIFA Player of the Year at age 18. At age 18, so it tells you, you know, how early some of these players develop. At Brookhouse, there is an under 19 team. Tell me all the different levels at Brookhouse. There's under 14.
We start at under 14s through to under 19s, which is the senior. So we have 14s first team and second team. We do have under 15 squad, but it is created during the year as from under 16 players that are eligible to play in the under 15s. They create under 15 squad. In that case, there's a under 16s elite team, a first team, and a second team. And then there is an under 17s that is also created during the year, that players that are eligible to play in the under 17s. They go to play in the under 17 tournaments. So then there's 17s mixed, 17s first, and 17 second. Then there's under 18s, and then under 19s elite first and second.
But even though you were under 14, I think you have you played with the under 16?
I have. Indeed.
So fantastic. And how many players did that?
Not many. You know, to play as a 13-year-old at the time when I played with the under 16s isn't easy in terms of physicality and stuff like that, because obviously it's quite a big age difference from 13 to 16. But it's all about chances, you know. You take your chances in front of the coaches at the right time, and they give you a chance, and you take that chance, you know. It's just about luck.
Yeah. Connor, tell me, just give me a day of training at the academy. Just one day. Just give me a day of how your day would be training. And this information is to make KRB aware of what to expect. So when you go to some of these places,
So a day in the life, I would wake up at around 7 o'clock, go make breakfast for myself, finish eating, making it around 7:15, and be out of the house by 7:30 to go to the gym, which is thankfully like a minute away from my house. I'd have an hour session that'll take me to around 8:30, and depending on the session that I have in the morning, let's say I would leave at around 11 o'clock, because it takes me an hour and a half to get to training every single day, there and back. So then I have my morning session from 12 to 12:30 to around 1:30, head back, come back another hour 30, train ride, have lunch, and then rest, have an ice bath, As soon as after I eat, I have my ice bath, rest a bit.
Elaborate on the ice bath.
Yeah, so ice baths are so important for football players, for any athlete really, for recovery. They really, injury prevention, they're so important. I need my ice baths, especially because I train twice a day, every day, for me to just recover for that second session. And yeah, like the ice brings all the blood flow to your muscles after the work, and it just helps the recovery process and make it more fast. And so yeah, so after my ice bath, that's my chill time, go on my phone, maybe watch some TV, lay in bed. And so, and then around 6:30 or 7, depending on the session again, I head off to my training again for my evening session. And yeah, that'll be an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on what, if it's earlier in the week, or it'll be an hour just before game day. And so yeah, that's really it. And then I come home, ice bath again, eat dinner, and then I go to bed. I hope to go to bed before 10:30 latest, and then it's just rinse and repeat.
When I said the ice bath, I wanted to explain whether or not it's a bath that you can hold in, and it's filled with ice and water.
So in Spain, the water is actually really, really cold.
Okay.
The tap water. So
tap water,
I just fill the bath like a normal bath, and I put it on the coldest.
And
I just sit in there for 15 minutes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good.
But hey, the extreme people, they'll actually get some ice bags and make it full, and that's the worst. But it's all in the mind. If you think it's cold, it will be cold.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, Kiara, see, these are the things that you have to expect if you're going to go to the next level. But tell me something. I've watched you in training, and I honestly believe that you can be an attacking defender. In other words, one who can, because I see some speed in you, some quickness, and that's an asset. That's definitely an asset in any sports, that speed, right? And not necessarily the physical speed, but the speed of thought. How quickly you answer those questions. 5 questions in 1 second, when I get the ball, let me help in the attack quickly. And if you lose that ball, how quickly you get back to defend. Do you think this is something that you would consider?
Yeah, I would love to play attacking defense. Yeah.
Right, and that means that you would be the player just a little behind the midfield, in front of the defense, and depending, of course, of the formation that the coach we really want to play, But sometimes the coach has got to see these things, and sometimes you should not be afraid to talk to the coach too, because sometimes some players think that the coach is one direction. The coach says this, but sometimes you've got to suggest to him too, perhaps coach it, and if he says, okay, let's try that to be acceptable, as to what he says, but you must believe in what you're about. Believe in what you're about to, and don't be afraid to call a one-on-one with the coach and tell him exactly your thoughts. Then maybe he can advise you, or he may want to try exactly what you're talking about. But that open conversation, you don't keep everything in anything he tells you to do, and and then sometimes questions bring out certain things.
Thank you.
Yeah. So when you get back to school, Marco, when you
6th of September.
6th of September, and when you get back, what you'll be going back to? Would you be in the heart of training, or would you be just there from the beginning?
Pre-season, we have at the moment I'm using the summertime for like a pre-season, But when we get back, we start our preseason. Then after a couple days, we get back into normal training, and then coaches analyze new players, put them where they need to be in terms of teams, and then the school year starts, and then it just becomes a routine as to school training, and stuff like that.
Okay, but by the way, you scored 10 goals when you played in the Mediterranean Cup in Italy. What position were you playing?
Well, played in quite a bit of positions: left wing, center forward, cam, center mid, also goalkeeper.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
So how these goals came about? I want to know. Were you central or you had to cut?
Also, it's from set pieces to cutting in, direct goals, even tap-ins. I mean, the goals are goals. So once opportunities are presented, you take them. I think I did that pretty well.
Are you how is the bubbling inside you, Kiari? Knowing you're going to go to a football school too. I mean, I know they toughen academics also.
Yeah.
I know that, but it's predominantly a football school, right? How's that bubbling? Is this you just can't wait for September? What's the feeling like for you?
Well, right now we're just focused on making sure I'm in the right mental and physical, but it does get to my head sometimes. It's really exciting for me. Like, it's something I can't wait for. I'm looking forward to it. But another part of the preparation is just trying to keep calm, trying to make sure I'm in my best state. So, yeah.
Yeah. What are your friends? What about your friends?
Well, some of them I haven't told all of them yet because I have to leave, and it's hard to tell them that I'm leaving because I'm still supposed to do another year down here. But it's hard to tell them that I'm leaving, so I haven't told a lot of them yet. But some of them are actually coming up to Brookhouse. I know a few of them that are coming. They did the combine earlier this year, and they got scouted as well. So it's cool to have some people that I know as well as Marco. So.
It's a good thing, because I mean, you guys, when you guys go to these places, and the coaches and you perform well, right? It can sort of encourage these people up there to come looking. We want to see some more Kiaris. We want to see some more Connors. We want to see some more Marcos. And it certainly it's a good thing, because you're representing. You're representing, so you must always make sure that you do your very best, because the whole 108 square miles is right on your backs. Okay, so yeah. So what's your future? What's your future goals? What's your future goals like? I mean, Marco, you won a Mediterranean Cup for Brookhouse. I mean, you played a very important part in winning that cup. You were awarded the most valuable player under 14 for the under 14. So what is it? What's your next move? Your next goal?
Well, the goal is to get picked up by an academy and just shoot my shot, see where it takes me from there, because you never know. The 0.1% of 0.1% could be me, could be anyone, could be Connor, Kiara, it could be anyone. So just shoot your shot. You never know. Fantastic.
And but when you get back, you'll be moving to the under 16. So on. You're somewhere in between because you're just 14, and But have you seen the under 16s?
Previous under 16s.
You played with them, as a matter of fact. So
yeah.
And what are your thoughts? It's
very good, very good. The standards that they have, the intensity, that they have and they produce. From winning national championships, from those age groups. We've won 2 under-16s, and we've only played in 2. And to be winning 2 out of 2 national championships in the under-16s is quite huge for a school. And we've also won the under-17 national championship and the under-18s as well.
Okay, when you get to Brookhouse, what have you set yourself some goals as to what you would like to achieve when you get there?
So far I've only have one goal set. Well, it's one goal. It's just to go up there, have fun, and hopefully get picked up by like a team, academy team, so I could start from as young as possible, so I have more time.
Fantastic. And Connor, what's the next move for you?
Just to sign my first pro contract. That's
Sign
all.
your first pro contract. Have anyone has tapped you on the shoulder and pulled you aside and have shown a little interest in?
Yeah. Just I don't want to say anything.
No. You don't if you don't have to.
Yeah, but
I know sometimes those things are.
Yeah. But yes, definitely. I have a few things coming. Hopefully, let's see what happens. But yeah.
But how have you settled? I mean, I know you're obviously learning language, and being around your friends that talk it often. Eventually, you'll eventually talk the language. How is Spain? I mean, you when you did, you miss Antigua. When I
Of
said
course, I mean, there's no place like home.
Yeah.
It's totally different. It's totally different culture. I mean, like you said, new language. You just got to get used to the environment. The quicker you can, the better you can be. It's just one of those.
But tell me something too. Is the nutrition a heavy part of your academy? Do they? Well, I know when you eat at the academy, you probably sneak away some salt and some seasoning in the pocket, because the food is bland. I know that. So they're strict on that.
Yeah, I mean, what do you call it? It's all on you at the end of the day. If you can't keep up, you'll be cut just like this. If you can't run for more than 15, 20 minutes, you won't get any game time. So it's really all on you. They have these players, these crazy players, ready to take your spot. So if you're not up to this standard, they'll push you to the side. So yeah, nutrition's a big part.
Right, but you see, so I remember when I asked you the question about give me a day, a training day, right? You said you cook your own.
Yeah, see,
that's a part of it. Then you have to prepare your own meals, and you must have the discipline to ensure that you adhere to the academy's rule as regards to nutrition.
Yeah, I make all my meals, 3 meals a day and snacks. So I just got to make sure that I'm eating the right things, and they can tell. These coaches, these guys are smart guys. They can tell if you're not eating right. You can see it on the pitch if you're sluggish or not. So yeah, it's definitely something that as a player you have to be focused. You just have to be focused and disciplined. Yeah.
Your best friend there, where's he from? Well, Spain. But
he's from Madrid. I actually have a friend from Puerto Rico. He was gonna play in the same World Cup qualifier that I was just in Honduras, but he got injured just before. But I have a good Puerto Rican friend. He's probably my closest. But yeah, the rest are Spanish, Madrid.
Spanish, yeah. I gotta ask you this because I know coming from a country that loves partying a little, as a matter of fact, in carnival season, right? I mean, and it's very few people who are dedicated and committed, right? Will be still training at this particular time, because I know they're like horses with headsets on, and they only see what they want to, you know. And so the carnival, okay, it's okay, we can hang out, but I've got to get home early and stuff like that. I mean, what's it like there? And the temptation, I suppose, there for fiestas.
Yeah. Hey, the Spanish never sleep. That's, but hey, I don't really have. You know, the thing is, it's good that I train so much, because you know, by the time night hits, I'm just so tired. So but
and I think the coaches and them kind of have that in mind too. You don't know.
Yeah.
Let's work these guys out, so they have no time for anything else but to go home and to sleep. Yeah? Exactly.
But hey, there's many Spanish holidays. I've never seen a country that have so much holidays. Always out in the center, having these whatever's. Never seen a country like that.
Wow. And not to mention the girls, eh? I noticed you're keeping away from that, but I keep away from that too.
No, I have a girlfriend, so yeah.
Of course, you're allowed to.
So I don't need nothing from there. Don't worry.
Okay. But she supports you, and she helps you to. It's time for you to get up. It's time for training.
She's one of my main, supporters. She's pushing me always.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
I mean, like, you know, as a man, you sometimes you don't want to do this, and she's always there. Yeah. Get up, go train, go do this. So yeah, she's a very, very big help, and
that's the kind of girl you
really
want.
good person. Yeah.
Is that the kind of girl you want? You don't time no, so that's why we don't time. So is that the kind of girl you want? One that will support you for what you want to do, right?
Definitely.
Right, definitely. Yeah. Marco, you have the age where you will see. You have an interest in someone that you see, but I know your girlfriend is football, right? You so soon.
Stay away, Marco. Stay away. Wait till you're 18.
As we said today, this one is going to be a very special one because of, we normally go for an hour and a half, but today we're going to go for just an hour. And I want to give you all guys a little opportunity for a parting shot, Marco, maybe I could start with you just for any one of your peers who may be watching this particular program, and if you want to, share a little of how committed and dedicated you were to the game itself, that got you to where you are. I don't know if you want an opportunity just to, we call it a parting shot. A parting shot. Anything you want to just end by saying,
Well,
apart from thanking us here at Talking Sports for bringing you on and sharing your story with us.
Yeah, so just want to thank my family,
Right.
my mom, dad, siblings, friends that's been with me the whole
Don't forget
journey.
my assistant coach,
No,
please.
obviously.
Call my assistant coach, please. Call my assistant coach.
Hello,
right.
Yeah, so I just want to thank everyone that's been with me throughout the whole journey. We're really going for it. So
Fantastic. You, Kerry?
My parents, the rest of my family, my grandpa, for the support. Thank you. Everyone else who supported me. I want to especially thank my parents for giving me the opportunity, kind of motivating me, letting me get in the right state of mind and physical state to perform the best I can, and paying for the opportunity.
Fantastic. Connor?
Yeah, I just thank you, Murph.
The score is 2-2. Now you're stepping up to play for the penalty kick.
There you go.
And all the eyes on you as you settle that ball, and take you 3-4 steps back and waiting for that whistle. Go on.
Once again, I want to thank you, Murph, for having us. Thank my parents, my mom and dad, and they always, support me in anything I want to do. Thank you, my girlfriend, Madeline, my friends, Julian, Fletcher, Will. You guys are great, and yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I want to thank you guys now for coming and talking sports and sharing your stories with us. We dedicated this particular program today not as promoting our young sports persons, right? Sportsmen and women, but to look at you guys as future stars. You know, you have represented Antigua and abroad at the schools that you attend overseas. Of course, because that's the first question they're going to ask you, where are you from? You know, and you tell them Antigua, and the kind of image that you project will let them, will let them know exactly the country that you're coming from, and encourage them to kind of come down and look for more of you guys. And also, I want to thank you guys for coming and sharing your story. I want to wish you guys all the very best. Marco, I wish you all the best when you get back to Brookhouse College.
Thank you.
And Kiari, well, you got a friend there at Brookhouse, someone, and I'm sure Marco will turn out the red or the blue carpet, for you when you come and tell you the do's and the don'ts. And once you, as I said, once you have set your mind for something, there's nobody can take that away from you, only you.
Yeah.
You understand me? Everybody could want everything for you, but if you don't want it for yourself, it's not going to happen. Connor, I want to wish you all the very best, my brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've been training with you guys for the last couple of weeks, and there's certainly qualities. You guys have qualities. These other guys are not way ahead of you. It's just that they do it more often than you, and repetition becomes muscle memory after a time. So keep working hard. And we here Talking Sports, we wish you guys all the very best in your future endeavors. And once again, thank you for appearing on Talking Sports. So we just simply like to say, on behalf of our executive producer, Taddy Ardell, along with Orden, our technician, along with our sponsors, ACB Caribbean, our platinum sponsor, Simply Smart Banking, also Blue Mountain Water, mega distributors, Cecil Charles Group of Companies, which is Seco Pharmacy, along with Hutchison Limited, also plumbing and electrical, and also Brantoless. We say goodbye for now until another Monday, when you can join us for another exciting episode of Talking Sports. Thank you very much for joining.